Here now, General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst and chairman of the Institute for the Study of War. General, this has already been quite an interesting roller coaster to watch. You know, Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, has been twice now to North Korea. So I guess on this round, they said, you know what, you're going to come to us in New York, and we're going to talk there. While another delegation has gone over to discuss denuclearization and exactly what that looks like. Where does this all stand in your mind?
Well, I think the visit of the North Korean envoy here is something that of that stature, who clearly has been at all the major negotiation points. He's obviously carrying a message. And I think first that message is that Kim Jong Un definitely wants this summit to go forward. The president hasn't made that final decision yet, but he stunned the North Koreans and the Chinese, and I think the South Koreans as well, when he tubed the summit based on what he believed, and I think rightfully so, which seemed to be a lack of seriousness on the part of the North Koreans, unduly influenced by the Chinese. So he's carrying that message. We want this summit to go forward. And I think likely he's trying to get the actual content of the summit back on track, that Kim Jong Un is serious about denuclearization. Whether he truly is or not remains to be seen. What these guys say and what they do largely are two different things. And I think he's also trying to convey a message that Kim Jong Un is absolutely committed. From the United States, major concession to him is that the security of his regime indefinitely. But I do think the key meeting is also going to take place, and is taking place, yesterday at Panmunjom with our delegation and also the North Korean delegation, because they're getting into the details, Martha, of what North Korea is really going to put on the table.
And that's really what it all comes down to, right? I mean, what does denuclearization mean? What does it look like? Is it something that happens in a couple of stages? Because in the past, we've been promised that and gotten nothing. We've seen those facilities reopened, reoperating in no time after they got their money, essentially. What does it have to look like in your mind?
Well, I think what the leader of our delegation, Sung Kim, is probably asking the North Koreans and wanting from them, if you're serious about denuclearization, give us a full accounting of your nuclear weapons and your missiles, where they're located, where the storage sites are, where the fuel sites are, etc. Let's put together a process to verify and our ability to oversee your disarming and dismantling that on some kind of a schedule that makes sense. Not something that's going to take many years, but something that's reasonable in a couple of years. I'm confident our delegation would want to see that from the North Koreans. Now, whether they're willing to put that on a table or not is another matter. It is likely there's going to be differences, Martha, and I think the summit hinges on whether our delegation, in their minds, thinks that we can resolve some of those differences through negotiation, where the summit at least could have the strategic framework and begin a process to be successful. If they think it's not resolvable, then I think the summit would be delayed until we're able to change those conditions a little bit.
Fascinating. You know, clearly they already know that President Trump doesn't approve of the Iran model. So that's probably not going to happen. And it's probably the model that they would most like. So we'll see where this goes. General, thank you very much. Great to have you with us tonight.
Yeah, Martha, one more thing. And they know full well that they can't play Donald Trump. China, North Korea, and even South Korea have all tried that in the last few weeks, and they know they're not going to get away with it.
Yeah, I remember Nancy Pelosi said, "Oh, he must be having a giggle fit over this letter, Kim Jong Un," but she's noticeably silent on the whole thing at this point. So we'll see. General, good to see you tonight.